Yeah, like how did they know the worker bees were female?
Okay, so you go with the fact that the word for bee in Arabic is a feminine noun, because in the Semitic languages, nouns have gender. It's either masculine or feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And assume because it's a feminine noun that shows scientific accuracy as opposed to seeing it as a feature of the language. Because I can play that game with you in Proverbs 6:6-8. The word ant there is female, and it is scientifically now demonstrated that the ant, the worker ant, the ant that commands other ants, is a female. How did Proverbs know? See, that's stupid argumentation.
Yeah, I guess so.
You get my point? That's silly because Semitic languages, nouns have gender. So just because it so happened that, let's say, the word for bee is feminine, and science demonstrates that it's the female bee. Oh well, hold on. Proverbs 6:6-8, the worker ant, that's a feminine noun, and science has shown that the other ants is a feminine. See, Allahu Akbar. Silly, stupid argumentation.
Yeah.
You agree? But why do you ignore all the scientific mistakes and blunders of the time? For example, since you're appealing to science, can you show me a scientist that thinks the Earth existed before space, sun, moon, and stars?
No, I don't know if I could.
But I can show you the Quran says the Earth was there before the sun and the moon and stars. Can I show you that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you open up chapter 2, verse 29 for him?
Yes. Thought you were going to go to 41, but...
Oh, we're going to get there because systematically.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And here, just to prove to you that the word ant in Hebrew is feminine, here it is. You'll see it says, namla, the ant, noun, feminine, singular. Wow! Miracle of the Bible, man! No, this is just how language works. Silly, stupid arguments of the Muslims, honestly. Ooh. Here you go. Here's the link for you. Right there, and I'm going to put it there. Okay, now, in chapter 2, verse 29, read for our friend here.
Okay. It is he who created for you all that is in the earth. Then he lifted himself to heaven and leveled them 7 heavens. And he has knowledge of everything.
Okay, so notice the sequence. It says, he created what? The earth. Mm-hmm. Then, thumma, he lifted himself to heaven and leveled its 7 heavens. Show me a scientific journal or a scientist that says earth was created, then Allah created the heaven, turned its 7 heavens. Which scientist says the heaven is 7 heavens and was created after the earth?
Yeah, I don't know what that 7 heavens mean.
All right. This is the thing. See how convenient it is?
Yeah.
Anything you don't know, I don't know, I'm going to have to search. Why didn't you have the same attitude when it came to the Bible? Why didn't you have, you know what? I don't know. Let me search out the Bible greater depth and find my answer. Instead of rushing to follow religion, you have no clue. Let me give you a couple more. Go to chapter 41, verses 9 to 12 for our friend.
Yes. Ask, how can you disbelieve in the one who created the earth in 2 days? And how can you set up equals with him? That is the Lord of all worlds. He placed on the earth firm mountains, standing high, showered his blessings upon it, and ordained its means of sustenance. In 4 days, this is hilarious, totaling 4 days. Hold on, let me go to an actual.
So now do math for me, help me, because I had a hard time passing kindergarten, Trenton. Mm-hmm. It says the earth in 2 days, but then the mountains and its sustenance in 4 days, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it says 4 days, but then what happened? What came afterwards?
Yeah, and yeah, I've heard them explain this as some of it was overlapping or something.
Even good, that's fine, because if you heard them explain overlap, the earth was still created before the heaven. Yeah. The heaven was smoke, and then it was turned into 7 heavens, and then the nourishment, right?
Yeah.
You still got a scientific error. Which scientist says the earth was created when the heaven was still smoke?
Yeah, I don't think any do.
And yet you believe this, and you follow this?
I mean, I didn't...
Read it for him where it says, because he didn't read it all. 41, 9 to 10. 2 and 4. But then notice the earth is already existing, but the heaven is smoke. Read for him verse 11 and 12.
Yeah. So 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Yep. So then
thumma, the word thumma, it's not sequential as they claim. I'm sorry, it's not parallel, it's sequential, chronological, contrary to those who butcher the Arabic, but that's okay. You'll see that the heaven is still smoke at this stage, while the earth is already fashioned. Impossible, because you cannot have the earth not existing in space. Space must have expanded, universe expands it for the earth to exist within it. You can't have the earth and then the heavens still smoke if you're going with science, because that's what you're doing. You're going with science to prove the Quran. And read for him 11 and 12.
Yeah, so then he turned to the heaven when it was smoke and said unto it and unto the earth, come, both of you, willingly or unwillingly.
So you cannot speak to an earth to come together with heaven while it's smoke if the earth wasn't existing.
Yeah.
But
they
then
said,
yeah.
They said, we come. Obedient.
They said, so just in case you were doubting, the earth is already there while the heaven is smoke. They said,
we come. Obedient. 12. Then he ordained them 7 heavens in 2 days, and inspired in each heaven its mandate, and we decked the nether heaven, the nearest heaven, with lamps, and rendered it inviolable. Inviolable.
Yeah, I can't even see it. I don't know which one you're reading. And yeah, violable. That is the measuring of the mighty, the knower. So he turned into 7 heavens, right? Because yours, I don't see 7. Yeah. Oh yeah, there. Sorry, because I can't see. I'm not. I need glasses. Okay, so now help me, Trenton. Quran says earth was created 2 days. Heaven was still smoke. Earth was there. He called heaven and earth to come together. That means they were not together. How the hell does the earth exist outside of the heaven? I don't know, but that's one of the mysteries of Allah. That's one of the miracles that made me not become Muslim. And then the heaven was smoke turned into 7 heavens. So can you point to me to any scientist who will say, all praise be to Allah, all ham to Allah, this is true, and I'm going to become a Muslim and take Shahada?
No.
All right. Now, what do you do with the fact that the Quran says the sun sets in a murky water, and Muhammad explained it, not poetically, but literally in the Sahih Hadith. Chapter 18, verse 86, and I'm going to give you the Sahih Hadith, where Muhammad says, this sun sets in warm water.
Yeah, I've looked into this one, asked about, and, they were telling me that's
I know what
perspective of
his vantage point, right?
Yeah,
but that's not what it says. But, okay, even if we go with that butchering, that's not what it says. But Muhammad in the Sahih Hadith didn't say it looks to us as it's going down. He asked Abu Dhar, do you know where the sun sets, Abu Dhar? He goes, Allah and his messenger know best. It sets in a warm spring. He didn't say it looks as if it does. And that's a Sahih narration in Sunan Abu Dawud. So you know this verse, right?
Yeah.
Look what it does not say. Till when he reached the setting place of the sun, it didn't say, and it looked to him, he found it setting in a muddy spring, and found a people thereabout. It didn't say, it looked to him as it was setting in a muddy spring. Just like he found people nearby, he found it setting in a muddy spring. But let's butcher the Arabic and say it doesn't mean that. All right. How are you going to butcher Sunan Abu Dawud? Let me get you the hadith. Let's see what Muhammad says. Muhammad, where does it set? 1 second. Let me just get you my article on the hadith on it. So you were attracted to the Quran because of the scientific miracle, and there are none. They lied to you because you don't know the Arabic. You haven't studied the earliest commentators, and they explain away the plain reading of these passages, which is okay. But that's why the Lord Jesus in his mercy brought you to this channel, to Avery, because the Lord loves you and wants to save you from this lie. So hold on, let me just get it for you. The translation of the meaning of the 50 hadith of Jami al-Ulum al-Hakim, volume 2, pages 319, 320. Abu Dhar narrated, once I was with the Prophet riding on a donkey on which there was a saddle or a piece of velvet that was at sunset. He said to me, "O Abu Dhar, do you know where this sets? Not where it looks to you as if you think it's setting. Do you know where it sets?" I said, Allah and his messenger know better. He said, it sets in a spring of murky water Then it goes and prostrates before its Lord, the exalted in might, the ever majestic under the throne. But since the grading of the hadith is not here, we're going to go to the one with Sunan Abu Dawud that says it's sahih. Scroll down. Yeah.
It was narrated by Abu Dar said, I was riding behind the messenger of Allah while he was on a donkey, and the sun was setting. He said, do you know where the sun sets? I said, Allah and his messenger know best. He said, it sets in a spring of water. Sahih.
The grading is what?
Sahih.
Now, I give you the online version. There it is. I just sent it to you in private. So he doesn't think I'm making up. Here's sunnah.com. Here, it's a sahih narration. Muhammad didn't say, it looks to us as if it sets. No, it sets in warm water. And I just gave you, Trenton, even the link. There it is. That's a Muslim site, sunnah.com. Where does it set? I replied, Allah and his apostle know best. He said, it sets in a spring of warm water, Hamiyah. And what's the chain? Sahih in chain. So why did you ignore all these scientific errors and mistakes of the Quran?
You know, I was told it wasn't as literal, and
how convenient.
So yeah, it was just a way of interpreting it differently. But can I ask about some others as well?
You can ask me about the Quran as you have.
There was a hadith where it was saying, Muhammad was saying to dip the fly all the way in the water. And then there was some study about
I know that. Okay, now, did you bother looking at where that study came from?
Yeah.
Where did it come from?
It was some country.
It was a Muslim.
Yeah, it was a Muslim country.
How convenient. So a Muslim tells you that when Muhammad says, if a fly falls in your drink, dip it, because one wing has the disease, the other wing has the cure, right?
Yeah.
But even the study that they gave you, number one, it's a Muslim study.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, that study, if you read it, it says that the pathogens are in the belly of the fly, which means Muhammad is wrong because he said the cure is in the wing. So if that study is right, you just buried Muhammad. So is Muhammad right or the study is right?
Probably the study.
Oh, so you admit Muhammad is wrong. So why are you following him?
Yeah, I'm just going to have to think it over and see what others have to say.
So I want people to understand what you're referring to. There is an information provided by Muhammad Muskin Khan in his translation of Bukhari Hadith, where it says the fly, when Muhammad says, as a fly falls in your drink, dip it. For one wing has the cure, the other has the disease. And he says, according to a study done by Muslims, we don't know who the Muslims were. We don't have independent verification by non-Muslims in other parts of the world. It happened to be a Muslim, and they did it. Okay, we'll go with it. The claim was that the pathogens were in the belly of the fly, but Muhammad said it's in the wing. So if they're right, Muhammad is wrong. And if he's wrong, why are you a Muslim? And will you seriously, because I'm going to take you up on the challenge. I want to meet you. Would you seriously take a fly with its millions of bacteria on its wings and its feet and actually dip it and drink it? Because I'll pay for me to see you, because I'll record you. I'll take a fly, I'll dip it in your drink, I'll record it. Would you do that?
No, sir.
Say it again?
No, sir.
So you just spit on Muhammad because you don't trust Muhammad.
Can
we get off the miracles of the Quran? Because there are no miracles of the Quran. It's miraculous. The real miracles that you miracle.
You drilled it in a lot. I'll definitely rewind the stream and look back into everything.
You want to focus on?
It might be that Andrew Tate came to Islam for the wrong reasons. But guess what? He may be staying in Islam for the right reasons. How? One of the reasons I accepted Islam was the scientific miracles. I'll be honest with you. And now we know that this whole scientific miracles was absolute nonsense, not in total. But guess what? Allah led me to Islam. One of the reasons was because of the scientific miracles. And guess what? Did I leave Islam when this whole scientific miracle thing got debunked? No, I stayed because I grew in faith.